A mysterious phenomenon is caught on camera in various places around the world, but no one knows what or where it is coming from. More strangely, creepier, mysterious, monster-like footprints are showing up in people's backyards.
I live in Oakville, Tennessee, which is right outside of Jackson, and this is going all the way around my neighbor's house.
And they seem to disappear out of the blue. From creepy, jelly-like blobs falling from the sky to unexplained glitches in the matrix, is it the Hum or Oakville blobs? What about Bigfoot and skinwalkers? Join us as we explore this alien compilation of the creepiest and most unexplained videos that are shaking up the entire planet. In recent times, a strange sound has been observed by a young lady in West Virginia. The puzzled lady decided to capture the moment in a video and post it on her social media. On June 20th, 2023, an internet account by the name BG43012 captured something chilly on camera. She was at her home in West Virginia, and it was a cloudy afternoon. Suddenly, she heard what sounded like the sky breaking in half. Instantly, she went outside to check it, and she was able to catch a metallic-like sound on camera. She said, although she considers herself a little slow, she was certain that's not an airplane, neither is it a rocket. Maybe the dragons have been released, or somebody pissed off Godzilla, she continued. But whatever it is shaking her house. What she heard that afternoon sounds as if it is coming from the sky, and it has a strange and creepy metallic characteristic to the sound. What makes it even creepier is that very little is known about this mysterious phenomenon that has been occurring more often lately.
I know I'm a little slow, but that's not an airplane, it's not a rocket. Maybe the dragons have been released, somebody pissed off Godzilla. I don't know, what the hell is this? Whatever it is, it's shaking my house.
Several theories range from secret underground tunnel systems to geologic phenomena and are sometimes related to mysterious objects in the sky. Although most of the time, this very creepy, metallic, screeching sound is what is heard. In very rare cases, something very different is what is heard. Sometimes, this is what leaves experts and researchers scratching their heads. An orb filmed when going through your CCTV footage hastily is even more scary than strange sounds in the sky. This was what happened to a lady in Mexico when she was on a mountain. The woman who captured the moment on camera said she delivered to the place that is under a mountain. That is, the whole place is under a mountain, and that is not the only place. There are several of these little tunnels throughout the whole mountain. She proceeded by saying when she was making the video, she was at the bottom of the mountain and the top of the mountain was round the way. There are speculations that these mysterious sounds could be linked to secret underground constructions, and if these constructions are human-made. Although some of these speculations might sound far-fetched, there might be a couple of videos that may prove that they are not. In August 2023, a CCTV camera aimed at one of the volcanoes in Mexico captured what looked like a massive fleet of unidentified objects emerging from within a volcano. This strange sight doesn't look like it is man-made, and it is not the first time something like this is caught on camera. It seems as if there is some sort of extraterrestrial activity going on deep within our planet, and for some unknown reason, it has been happening more frequently. This CCTV footage could explain why places like Mexico are a hotspot for strange sightings, as these crafts might be using volcanic entrances to reach deep underground. Another confusion is where they are going to, and some of the strange sightings that people get to see may be actual crafts coming from within our planet and not outside. Soon after, something explodes, and afterward, something appears in the sky. When zoomed in on the camera, they realize it is an orb. Then, on the surface of the water, it is skimming across the water, not above the water. They wonder again if there could be a massive hidden world deep within our planet, like it is heard in myths, legends of Agartha, and other mystical places. That would possibly explain the mysterious sounds in the sky, and much more. If that's not the moon, they wonder what it might be. What would be your reaction if white dust fell from the sky? It's not natural. It must be caused by something. And yeah, that something has to be aliens. These odd changes in the sky were witnessed by a man, and it's pretty strange. James says when he was much younger, he remembers traveling to the beach with his family during the summertime, and he remembers people used to sit down to watch the summer rain form on the horizon. He considered it fairly scary and stunning at the same time. The smell of the rain, the lightning, and other affiliations. He wonders why things are not the same. However, for the past couple of years, people have been noticing something odd about this sky, something that has been leaving a lot of people asking questions. People have been noticing what looks like a mysterious jelly-like substance or a white dust that has been falling from the sky, and in the past couple of years, it has been happening more often, but no one knows what it is or why it is happening. Many people would freak out if they noticed an oily fluid that looked like it came from nowhere else but the sky. That was the exact experience of a young man who noticed that while cleaning his car. In December 2023, a few days before Christmas, C.J. Baker was with his family in Vermont when all of a sudden he went outside and noticed something odd about the snow that had just fallen from the sky, and he made sure to catch it on camera. He was cleaning off his car when he saw some crazy little rainbows, and he was wondering what those rainbows were coming from. Whatever this rainbowish oily substance is, many internet users were not convinced that it fell from the sky.
So I was cleaning off this car and I saw these crazy little rainbows, and I was like, what are those rainbows coming from?
Thereby, C.J. Baker went along and recorded another video in which he does the same thing, but in a different car. The new video caught a lot of attention, and people were completely creeped out. Some people left comments saying that this is possibly pollution from the car's exhaust system, but the car is electric, so that is not the case. Others suggest that maybe it is pollution from the atmosphere, and some people raised the possibility of acid rain. This strange substance being caught on camera 2 times in a row makes a great impression of the situation. Whatever this mysterious oily substance is, it looks like it is not supposed to be there, and this is not a regular day sight. So this may be some sort of mysterious substance that fell from the sky. How strange, right? Again, something similar happened in Malaga, Spain, some months ago. Another similar situation also happened in the city of Mazatlan, in Mexico, when a mysterious foam-like substance formed just after a rain, and it took over an entire neighborhood. At the time, official sources stated that it could be soap or some sort of cleaning product, but there was no further confirmation of this theory, and no one was made responsible for doing such a thing.
Lleno de espuma en la calle. Está bien raro este asunto. Mira.
A woman in Florida made a video lamenting that they had rain the previous week, and he has noticed that his plants look like they've been spray-painted silver since the rain. She is wondering what was in the rain. Initially, she thought it was just those plants, but she also saw a blueberry bush that had the same effect. In the video, the woman seems bothered by a mysterious silver substance that seems to have coated all of her plants after a strong rain. Rainwater generating silver imprints on plants is puzzling. It makes the situation sound like a chemical from the laboratory was applied to the plants for an experiment. Whatever this thing is, it is leaving a lot of people creeped out, and there are already many theories on what it could be. There is a theory that states that The Simpsons already predicted something like this. James did some digging around, and he found out that in some cases, this is just dust that travels with the wind and with the rain, but in other cases, it is a complete mystery, and no one knows what it is. Imagine coming home to strange footprints that are as big as your foot. Creepy, isn't that? That was what happened to this young lady who came home from work early in the morning. Despite 2024 being barely started, it is already one of the strangest years yet, and it might be about to get stranger. A few days ago, a mysterious event began to unfold in different parts of North America. The event began first in Oakville, Tennessee, a small town with a population of about 40,000 people. The town is shrouded in dense forest historic buildings and a fog that usually rises late at night. It is the perfect place you would see in a horror movie. It was very late at night, at around 4 a.m., when internet user Jessica Crow 795 captured something chilling on camera. She was arriving home from her job when she suddenly noticed what looked like bizarre, monster-like footprints next to her house. Intrigued but at the same time oblivious to what she was dealing with, she immediately got her camera and began to record what was about to become one of the greatest internet mysteries of the year. In her recording, she said she came home to strange footprints at 4 in the morning, and she shows that the footprint is the same size as her foot by fitting her left foot in the footprint. She said she lives in Oakville, Tennessee, which is right outside of Jackson. She goes around her neighbor's house and realizes it came from around her shed. Confused and a bit scared, Jessica continues following the mysterious footprints in hopes of finding out where they are coming from and what is making them. However, the next incident leaves her completely freaked out. She was at the side of her house and then she walked over to the front of her house. She sees 4 marks that make it look almost like whatever this was, jumped from her backyard, opened her house, landed right in her front yard, and then just disappeared. She starts wondering what could be that big as the size of her footprint, as there is no bird that big. Some people believe that this could be a bunny leaving his tracks on the snow, and it makes sense a little, but it still doesn't explain how the tracks simply vanish into thin air. James also compared some of the footprints in her video with bunny tracks on the snow, and they are quite different, so this could be something else entirely. Other internet users laughed, comments saying that this could be a human being playing a prank or a joke, using some sort of monster slippers or maybe Bigfoot. But still, it doesn't explain how the tracks simply vanish into thin air. Furthermore, Jessica has a motion-activated CCTV camera in front of her house, and for some mysterious reason, the camera didn't pick up anything that could explain the mysterious tracks. One moment, there were no footprints in her front yard. Then, hours later, before she got home that same afternoon, the footprints suddenly appeared there. It is as if whatever it is that left these footprints is untraceable to the camera. It makes one wonder if the creature is invisible to the camera or if it made the camera blur it out. It is such a rare and puzzling phenomenon. Getting stranger after several internet users started leaving comments saying that they were seeing the same thing. Stephanie D posted that she lives in Middle Tennessee and she has marks that look similar to that on her roof. Another internet user says she is in Tennessee and she noticed them 3 days ago. It is rather strange that multiple people witnessed very similar things and weirder that all discovered prints lead to nowhere. Internet user Heather stated that she lives in West Tennessee and took pictures of it leading up to her bedroom window, but nowhere else in the yard. It is as if there is some sort of invisible humanoid creature lurking around people's homes. Another internet user by the name of Henry Pruitt captured similar tracks on camera next to his home in Albany, Kentucky. In the video he recorded, he said he came out to feed his dog when he found the strange footprints in the snow. Curious, but also creeped out, on January 15, 2024, Henry posted a video on his TikTok page. Most internet users believed these could be bear tracks, or maybe someone using monster slippers or something like that. On the following day, January 16th, however, the footprints showed up again. Henry goes outside to record it and confirms that the tracks are not made by any neighbor. He makes another video saying, "Check this out well. Check it out for yourself." It is back again, but this time, he is tired. He is going to figure it out, see what it is and where it is going. He buttressed. He continued by saying he was sure it was none of the neighbors or the neighbors' kids. In the video, he promises that he is going to follow the footprints until he finds out what is making them. Since that day, he has never uploaded any more videos. People are wondering if Henry is okay, because it is unusual for him to be offline for almost a month. It is more worrisome because the origin of those footprints remains obscure. Hopefully he is safe, hale, and hearty. James says he is not sure if those are bunny tracks or something like that, but this may be something else entirely that is unknown. A strange creature passes through your backyard in a jiffy. You doubt that you saw that right, and you look again to be certain. Then you see the movement again. Those creatures are described here. In certain cultures, it is believed that invisible humanoid creatures may walk amongst themselves in the form of a thrust and not a hang, which is something fast for any amount of time. Skinwalkers, demons, and creatures similar to the ones that are seen in the movie The Predator have been allegedly seen by several people all over the world. In some cases, this mysterious creature is coined as the Glimmer Man. A young guy made a video saying he thinks he just saw something scary. He draws his curtains to his backyard and leaves the camera rolling. He zooms in a little bit to show the exact spot where he saw the creature, and the creature passed again, this time on camera. That is one of the most credible stories shared by David Pose in his Missing 411 documentary. The story was first told in the book Predators in the Woods, a book by Stephen Young. The event happened in September 2010 when a woman was hunting in the woods in Ohio at about 5:30 p.m. Then the woods abruptly went dead silent, and she saw what looked like a cloaked figure, similar to what is seen in movies like The Predator and videos like one posted by a Reddit user. In addition, there is a very recent picture that was taken by a couple that was traveling in Paraguay. At the time, they didn't see anything in the picture. It was after publishing it that many internet users noticed something odd in the background. The duo had decided to make a stop at the Pilcomayo River to take a picture of the beautiful scenery. In the background, just across the river, what looks like a large, translucent humanoid figure is seen. Some people are saying that this is a legit gray alien or something like that. In 1997, one of the creepiest sightings ever was recorded in Emerson County, when a father and son decided to venture into the woods, and they saw a creature moving through the woods. Although the video is very old and pixelated, what looks like a translucent humanoid figure in the woods is seen. Furthermore, there is another mysterious footage coming from a security guard in Disneyland. The guard captured what looked like a translucent humanoid being walking through multiple cameras. It begins in the haunted house and it goes up until the gate. In the video, what looks like an invisible person is seen, and if zoomed in and slow-mo, in certain moments, it looks as if this thing can pass through closed doors. There is also a specific moment there when what looks like its outline is seen. Maybe it is a ghost or the Glimmer Man or something else entirely. If you dig deep into the topic, you will find out that there are several videos and stories suggesting that there might be some sort of invisible, predator-like creature lurking somewhere out there. If it is extraterrestrial in origin or if it is some sort of entity, no one knows, but that is the best explanation he found for now. Picture yourself wearing a virtual reality headset. You would feel like you are in another world, wouldn't you? That is the concept of digital simulation. From simple pixels to jaw-dropping virtual worlds, video games have come a long way. It is mind-blowing to think that we are nearing a point where telling games apart from real life might get tricky. Imagine slipping on a virtual reality headset and not being able to figure out if you are in your living room or a game. In 10 to 20 years, we might not be able to differentiate reality from a digital simulation. It is this kind of thought that makes people wonder if we are not already living inside a digital simulation built by an advanced civilization. In 1999, the topic first became popular with the movie The Matrix. Several people started coming up with the strangest of theories, and although some of these ideas may sound far-fetched, some videos may prove that they are not. In a video, two people are in a car, and the person in the passenger's seat notices a creature in the sky. She records until the creature reappears in the sky. In the next video, a man is holding a cat inside a supermarket when something suddenly happens to his hand. If you watch his hands closely, it is as if one of his fingers starts being pulled by something invisible. When they slow-mo and rewind the video, it is seen that there is not much of an explanation for what is going on there. Some internet users believe it is a muscle cramp. Others believe it could be related to paranormal activity or maybe a glitch in the simulation. But when it comes to glitches in the Matrix, it doesn't stop there. An internet account that goes by the name of Chandra Rangbalk usually posts vlog-type videos either with his friends or family, which includes his wife and his daughter. In one specific video, he is doing one of the trending TikTok dances when something happens. In the video, it looks like a hand can be seen reaching for his shoulder, but there is no one behind him. When they played in slow motion and rewound the video, it was seen that after being posted, the video amassed millions of views and thousands of comments. Moreover, internet users were completely baffled. Some believe that this is some sort of glitch in the matrix, while others state that it is possibly a real person inside the room with them. The only problem is that the internet sensation usually makes videos either with his wife and daughter or his best friend. But in this case, there is almost no possibility of another person being inside the room with them, because the hands are really small and seem to be using some red nail polish. That is likely not his wife, and if his daughter is already in the video, it is difficult to figure out whose hand it could be. Furthermore, the hand seems to go unnoticed by him or his brother, and in another video, he confirms that there were only the three of them in that room, so the confusion prevails. However, it is not only at home that these mysterious glitches occur. Rainey Lamers was with a co-worker at her job, and they were both typing on the computer. Then Rainey got up and threw a notepad across the room, expecting it to land on a nearby desk, but she came across a bewilderment. When they slow-mo and replay the video, it is as if the notepad completely disappeared into thin air. Completely baffled by what she saw, Rainey later posted the video to the internet, and it caught a lot of attention, and many internet users were trying to find an explanation for it. Some stated that the notepad might have landed on one of the slots or next to the AC. Others left comments stating that they had already witnessed something like this before. One stated that she once dropped an entire bowl of cereal and watched it fall with her friend, but there was nothing on the ground. The weird part is that it is not just one comment. It seems that loads of people have witnessed something similar during their lifetimes. The possibility of the notepad disappearing into thin air is uncertain. When they slowed down and zoomed in on the video, it was seen that it didn't land on a slot or next to the AC. It looked as if it disappeared into thin air. Whether this is a legit glitch in the Matrix, an alternate universe, a portal, or maybe something else entirely, remains unknown. You are in your room and a tall, shadowy figure appears for a second in the dark, like a scene out of a scary movie. Your jaw would drop, wouldn't it? That is exactly how jinns operate. Imagine waking up in the middle of the night, feeling scared and as if there is something there watching you from the darkness. You look around, you see nothing. Then just when you are about to go back to sleep, you see a tall, dark, shadowy figure standing there just next to your bed. That is the kind of thing that you would expect to see in a scary or horror movie, but to certain cultures, these shadowy entities are believed to exist. Known in certain cultures as a jinn, or popularly known as a shadow person, these types of entities lurk in the darkness, and in most cases, they are not with good intentions. When Dino Nuggets moved to his new home some years back, it was one of these entities that he started to struggle with. It is popular belief that the more a person interacts with an entity, the more the entity has power and energy to interact back with the world of the living. And this is what was starting to happen in Dino Nuggets' case. In the following days, his dog starts acting weird and scared. He soon sees a glimpse of the creature. If Dino Nuggets wasn't sure about the presence of a demon or a shadow figure, he is now. He's scared and completely freaked out. The internet sensation eventually captures one of the most chilling videos when it comes to shadowing people. He was with his nephew in his home when he made a video. If the video is watched closely, at a certain moment in the video, it looks as if there is a demonic face smiling in the darkness just behind his heating system. People were happy that it didn't take long before Dino Nuggets moved out. In addition, some internet users left comments suggesting that he might be living in a house that has some sort of pocket to another dimension or an alternate universe, and that maybe he is interacting with an alternate reality. As any other person in his situation would, he goes ahead and starts searching for how to get rid of the creature. He proceeds to buy certain items in hopes of protecting himself from this evil entity. And in a very brave move, Dino Nuggets uses sage to try to cleanse his home. And while doing so, he captures a glimpse of this shadow figure with its two glowing eyes. The following day, he sees a reflection of the creature on his TV screen. Whatever this thing is, it seems to be getting closer. Dino Nuggets makes a smart decision as he decides to move out. An opportunity came up for him in another state where he gets to live in 3 times the size of the home for half of what he is paying there in Colorado. Since the renter's market is good out there in his city, it will only take some days before moving out. The amount of creepy stuff that is happening out there in the world is so scary. It makes one wonder if they are self-aware enough, or if they are even safe. Hopefully, these mysteries will soon solved, and the confusion will stop, so that everybody can be at peace. Like this video and subscribe for more recap reels. Also, drop your movie suggestions in the comments below.